Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, August 9th. We are looking at window traders' market profile of the ES and SPY. Well, again, especially for newer traders, this is so normal for summer trading, especially in August. We had our smallest range in the year again in SPY today, right? August 4th, we had our smallest. Well, today we now have a range of $2.53. It's one of our lightest volumes again in the low 40s. We'll see what we do with the after hours. We had basically a solid $1 rotation. I took nothing but shorts today. With the lower value, basically holding the opening, below the opening, getting the IB low, overnight low. I wasn't expecting the market to flush, but there really wasn't much below us. And I didn't know if they were going to get tempted to sell more out before this, again, the silly number gets everybody excited tomorrow. So I decided not to take longs. We did have a poor low today. So we have a poor high yesterday, a poor low today in ES and SPY. Triple Qs. Triple Qs had a gap, and believe it or not, they held it. It is really minuscule, but they had a gap. So triple Qs end 10 wide or 9 wide. I don't use N. They end 9 wide, and they have a very small gap as they're into balance on the daily. Russell, which was acting well, and one time frame down a good part of the day till they stopped it in H. They end up with a B shape. We're all pretty much B shapes, I guess, but kind of ugly for Qs and us. 9 wide for Russell, but more importantly for Russell, Russell never got back below last month's high. They stayed above it by about $1.40 or so. So unlike SPY and ES, which never got above last month's high again, they did. So we'll see what transpires tomorrow. I had a good day. I had lost on only one trade when they head faked me in D on a short above the opening. So as far as my trades go, I shorted B period with the lower value today. I didn't short it. I didn't take any short on any breaks because I wanted them to prove it to me. But when the market, anytime it pushed up with the ebb and flow, I took a short in B. That worked out. I took a short in C period, which I added on to actually. I would have used the opening as my out in C. I forgot exactly why I started the short. It was probably against B's low. I ended up having 3 E-mini on that. I think I took another one at K's low and another one at the opening, and then it rolled over, and I got paid in C. D period, I made money on my first short, but then I took another one, and then when it took out the open, I was like, I'm not too thrilled about that, and took it off for a loss. Now, I period, I definitely missed a short. When I pushed up, absolutely should have taken that short, basically against F's high, even though to see if it was going to be the afternoon rally high at the time because it rolled over, but I didn't take it. Then I took a short in J thinking it might be the afternoon rally high. I got paid on it. And I took a short in L period against value high and got paid on it. So it was a good day overall. I basically went 1, 2, 3. I went 5 and 1. And I traded nothing but the minis today. Nothing huge. Still didn't hold on to them as long as I should, but very happy with what I did. As far as destinations, tomorrow, now I wrote the POC as an upside, but it looks like a downside because of where they closed us. So the first upside destination isn't until today's high of 412.75, and then yesterday's afternoon rally high 414.21, and then 417.62 daily high, poor high. I'm not using L as an afternoon rally high or an afternoon pullback low anymore. The only time I would even think about it is if it's a trend day that holds, and then I would consider it. Otherwise, it's just too late in the day. It's kind of ridiculous. So I'm not going to use it, just so we know going forward. For the downside, we have the 12-wide point of control, which is H is high at 411.34, 12 wide. And then there's nothing to today's low, 410.22. Which is a poor low, 409.60 daily low, and 406.82 weekly low. And then just quickly on the chart, I'm just going to show you the daily. So the monthly obviously has failed out of an inside month up, now 7 days into the month. Now the weekly is still up and healthy. The daily is a 3-day balance for me. Again, if you want to call it an 8-day balance, be my guest. Nothing's wrong either way you say it. But I'm calling it a 3-day balance. But the interesting thing, more than that, is I put the trend line basically from July 14th's low, where we defended that balance low on the weekly. Well, this is the first day we closed below it. Now, one day doesn't make a market. So the bottom line is this. We have shaken off every number recently, right? For the most part, we've shaken off all the numbers. Now, CPI in June, the market flushed hard. And CPI in July, we went down for 2 days. And then that's where we defended the balance low on the weekly and then gapped higher and started going again. So we're going to see if we shake off the number, whatever it is tomorrow, then we have a chance to come out of this balance and attack the monthly high and again June's high. But if not, well, then we're going to see if the game is over for the buyers for now. It was a pretty good run from 371 to 417.60. You know, that's what, 29 and 17, $46.50 run. We'll see. I did think we had a chance to get higher. I said we would get June's high, which we did. I said acceptance above June's high, we should see May's high. I'm not going to throw that out just yet, but by this week's end, we could have a pretty good idea if that's not going to happen. Because remember, we took out last week's high already, and last week's range was very small. So if the CPI and PPI prove to be something that the algos don't like, and we roll, well, then May's high might be out of the picture. All remains to be seen. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.